everyone, it's Pam here from Tablet Academy. Welcome to this session on Microsoft Lists. Microsoft Lists is a fairly new addition to Office 365. It's available in the business and education editions, so that means it's available through Glow Scott. We think it's got some really powerful collaboration and project management features that you can really make use of in your school life. It's especially useful for school leaders in managing the kind of overall running of the school and of projects and work within that. You could use it for pupil tracking and monitoring. It'd be really powerful for that and give access to any educator across the school in adding to pupil profiles within it. You could use it for admin of work, resources, staffing. It is hugely powerful. It's basically your replacement for what you might be using Excel for right now, but it's much more powerful in the way you can track tasks and in the way it visually presents you with the information and data that you add. It's quite incredible. It's a game changer and it's so powerful. I'm hoping that you're going to be amazed at the end of this session and your head that excited way with the potential of this to transform the way you run your work in an education setting. We're going to jump in to a screen recording just in a second. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to talk you through some of the features, show you the power of it so you can visualize it and see what you could use it for. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to jump into the session right now and I'll see you once I'm on my computer. Okay, so now we're on the computer. Hopefully you can see my screen. I'm on office.com, so you can go to any web browser, Edge or Chrome, just type in office.com and you can use your Glow Office 365 login to sign in to office.com and get access to all the Microsoft 365 apps. You can go in through your Glow Launchpad as well, of course, but just flagging up that you can go through office.com on any web browser and sign in using your Glow account and password. Remember, it's your Glow Microsoft account. If you have a Google account, then that won't work with Office 365, but your Microsoft account should end in glow.sch.uk, or if you're in Edinburgh, you may have your own ending there. So when you log in and you're into office.com with your Microsoft 365 email, you land on the Office homepage where you can see all your recent files that the system thinks will be useful to you. It's using artificial intelligence, of course, to predict that based on things you've viewed recently, things you've commented or interacted with recently. So we're looking for lists down the left-hand side here, and we can find it by finding this rainbow kind of icon, which is down the bottom left right here. So if you don't find it there, if it's not in your menu, you've got your app launcher or waffle. You can click there at any time, of course, and find it. There's lists there. If you don't see it in that list, you can, of course, go to all apps and you'll get this wider list there, or the Office homepage again. So we're into Microsoft Lists just now, and what we want to do first is just show you some of the templates that are available to get you started. To find them, we're looking for the plus icon here and new list. And at this point, we have a pop-up window where you'll see we can have some templates that have already been developed. These are a great starting point, and even if you use these as a starting point and then customize the columns for your own needs, I think you'll find it a great place to start. I'm just going to start with this work progress tracker one, and we're just going to take a look at what that might appear like. So it gives us a little preview of each different type. You can see here we've got the work item, a description of that work, and then we can see it's been added to a category. We have a progress status, which will become a little drop down that you choose from. It's been given some due dates and start dates, some priority labels, and we can see the person who that's been assigned to. If we choose this template, that's what our basic template will look like, and we can then add our own items and our own people and deadlines to track the progress of that work. I'm sure you're already thinking of lots of powerful ways that that could be useful. So now we're inside Microsoft Lists, and you can see my lists homepage. Now at the moment I have two main lists, and we're going to look at both of these in a bit more detail in the rest of the session. You'll see that if we want to start a new list, we click it up here, and that just gives us that template window that we saw a second ago, where you can choose a template, start from a blank list, or start from an Excel document that you already have. It will connect to the Excel document, allow you to select what fields you want, and then import your data. We've had various amounts of success, but we have been using massive Excel files. So we're definitely going to explore that feature more. And you can also choose from an existing and start from one of your existing SharePoint lists, team sites, or lists within the Lists app. So first thing we're going to do today is we're going to look at some of the data and uses of lists for our business. And hopefully this will give you an insight into the potential for use in a school context. So what we've got here is a list called Microsoft Events Scheduler. And you'll see that the default view is a wee bit like Microsoft Excel. We've got our column titles here that we've set up using the template, and then we've added some data in here underneath. If you want to edit one of these from the default, you just select it, and then you would just go up here to the main menu and choose Edit. At this point, you'll see the side panel opening up here, where you can literally just change all of the fields or select a different status from one of the drop downs. You can see here that we've got a field for the content title, a description of the session. So this is an event session we're planning. We need to say whether it's been published, if it's just planned, if it's ready to publish, if it's just a draft. This is all preset, pre-configured, and we literally just choose whichever of these is most appropriate. You can customize them for your own needs. We've got here a date when the draft would be due, and then a publish by date. And then we've got content type. We do a lot of content, like blog posts, help articles, social media. In this case, it's a video, so that's what we've chosen there. Then we've got a content image. Now, I'd really recommend you do this, and you'll see why in a minute, because it's a very visual tool, is Lists. And it's nice to be able to visualize your content with a nice image. We just use Canva to make these images. I'd recommend that you do the same. It's free, it's really useful, and you know you can get the premium Canva account as an educator. We've got Canva sessions during the rest of today's event, so please catch up with those. And we've also got a link here we use this for posting videos and content with URLs. So we put the URL in there. We can say who's responsible for this down here, and I can just literally type names of colleagues. There's Niall, pop him in there as well, and we can add attachments or comment or mention someone. So this is powerful. I could mention Niall, and I could just say, this is looking great. Happy for you to move on to publish. That would be a great use for us in this context of managing content through lists. Once I'm happy with my updates, I'm just going to come down to the bottom and hit save, and that record is now up to date. Okay, so let's talk about this visual experience a bit more. I'd like you to see how this is more powerful than Excel. And I know Excel is getting more visual as well, but becomes really powerful when we go to gallery view. So if I go up to the top right and I go to gallery, then you'll see where the visual stuff comes into play. So you get this nice summary that contains your image, and then you can see at a glance what status we've got, when things are due, and we can just click into them, of course, and then get that edit view that we saw before. So we're inside this school list at the moment, and we've set this up as an onboarding process for a number of checks that need to be completed for a pupil joining a new school. So we've called this Welcome to Your New School. Tony Syme, 3G1, made up person. Well, not really, he's one of our team, but I'm sure he won't mind. He's not really in 3G1. So we've got one item in this list at the moment. If we switch to gallery view, you'll see how visual that looks. So this item is called image, video, and social media permissions. And what we've set it up is a checklist for pupils submitting their video permissions form. So if I just click on that just now to edit it, you'll see here that we've got a number of fields. So we've got the title of it. This is the image, video, and social media permissions form. A little bit of a description, when it's complete by. So this is the first week of the person joining. Could be first day, could be after so many days. And you could set up this process to stagger the kind of welcoming and onboarding process for new pupils or indeed staff to your school or organisation. So what we've done here just in this demo is we've put a little complete check, yes or no. When it was completed, we can just pick the date, who the person's mentor is. So this could be their pastoral teacher, person responsible. And in here, we've just got a little link to an Office form, a Microsoft form, which would be their checklist for video permissions. We've added an image because we like it to be visual. And of course, we can comment on that, flag up to maybe Niall as the mentor, as a reminder to get that meeting done to see if the parents have submitted the form. So let's now turn our attention to creating a new item in this list from scratch. We're going to go up to the top left-hand corner. We're inside the list, remember. We go up to the top left-hand corner and we hit new. And at this point, we can give a name to this item in the onboarding list. So what might be another thing you would ask from a pupil for when they join your school? So I'm thinking medical conditions would be one of the first things. Please get parental medical notes updated, right? So updated, we'll put that in there. This is to be complete on, I'd say before joining. We've got a little tick to say if that's done. We're going to put that in as Monday, 1st of November. We're going to tag the mentor, who is, again, a very busy member of staff, Niall. We could pop in the links to maybe their completed document. You might do that on Word Online. You could share the link to Word Online, paste it there. You could add an image, and I've got one I've already made, of course. I think it's that one. I'm just going to jump to Canva for a second because I made it in Canva and I just want to see. So you see very easily we just created a design in Canva, added some logos and stuff and put in, so we've got our images now. So that is the correct image, image 2. And I could add attachments in here as well if I want to like upload a paper document or something. Remember, you can use Office Lens to scan paper, create a digital version, then you could upload that here. Click Save, and then we're done. And we can now see we've got our medical items. Thanks so much for joining this session on Microsoft Lists. It's a really exciting development. I think we'll see way more development from Microsoft on lists. It's really an evolution of SharePoint lists, of course, but the potential there to manage your school in a collaborative way, or your department, or even your classroom and the pupils in your classroom, really, really impressive. I'm excited to learn more about the automations, and we could all be doing with automating our life a little bit, couldn't we? Just make things easier, save time. I hope you got something out of that session. Remember, Tablet Academy events, bit.ly TA events for you to catch up on all of today's sessions. We've had 16 in total. We hope you can catch up with them at some point soon. Thank you.